Hello guys, today I want to tell you how you can analyze any graph. So see, here I have drawn ST graphs, 4 ST graphs, and these graphs you can see everywhere. These are the only 4 graphs that you'll find if it is not, uniform. Like if it was uniform graph, then it would have been linear line. But it is non-uniform graph, and there you only find 4 graph like this. So if you see here carefully the slope, and one thing that you have to remember in all the cases, whenever if you try to put your hand like this, whenever the graph becomes steep like this, okay, whenever it becomes vertical, then it means that it is increasing, and whenever it becomes slope like this, horizontal, then it means it is decreasing. So in all the cases you have to remember this thing. Now put your hand like this and then try to do this way, then you would find that it is increasing with time, means its slope is increasing. Hence we can write that v is positive, slope is positive. And also you have to remember that if it is like this, slope up, then it means it is positive. Its slope is again up like this, then it is positive. If it is down like this, then it is negative. If it is down like this, then it is negative. You have to imagine yourself sitting here. If you can fall down, then it means it is negative. So here you cannot fall down, here you cannot fall down. But if you sit here, then you can fall down. If you sit here, you can fall down, which means ki these two are negative, but these two are positive. So here slope is positive, slope is positive, so v is positive, positive. And see, I told you if it is vertical, then it means increasing. If it is horizontal, it means decreasing. If it is again, it is becoming vertical, right? If you put your hand like this, then it would become more steep, and steep means vertical, which means it is increasing. If you put hand like this, then it becomes more horizontal like this, so it becomes decreasing. If slope is increasing, I mean, if speed is increasing and it is positive, I'm telling the speed is the magnitude of velocity. So imagine speed is increasing, at the same time it is positive, which means acceleration is also positive, because they have same sign when it is increasing, and if it is decreasing, they have negative or opposite sign, I would say. So if it is decreasing, then it means, and if velocity is positive, then it means acceleration must be negative. If it is increasing, they both have same sign. If it is decreasing, they both have opposite signs. And from these two things, these 4 things actually, you can say that if it is like this, upward, if it is like this, then if you combine these two, you become a concave up. This becomes positive acceleration. In this case also it is positive, in this case also it is positive. It is increasing, it is decreasing, it's good. Okay, speed is increasing, decreasing in these two situations, but overall the acceleration is positive, and here overall the acceleration is negative. You have to remember this. Now I'm telling you one question where I confused, and I hope that you won't confuse there, because I've explained it very well. So this is that question where I got confused. See, here you have been asked about speed is increasing and plus negative acceleration. So if you see here, then speed is decreasing. Actually, you cannot comment on speed, because speed is not the slope of the graph, but it is just the y axis of the graph. And if you see the slope of the graph, that is acceleration in this case. So you can only identify acceleration by the hand move. So if you see here, you are asked about negative acceleration, then, and you don't have to answer about whether it is increasing or decreasing. So just have to answer that whether it is negative or positive. So I told you, you just have to imagine yourself sitting here. You can fall down, you can fall down, you cannot fall down here, you cannot fall down here. So these two are negative acceleration, you have to choose from them. Now see, you have been asked about increasing speed. If you see here, then speed is also increasing, because it is moving more negative. More negative means just forget about the sign. If you see only the magnitude, then it is increasing here, it is also increasing. These two are rejected because of negative acceleration asked. So you have to see here that these two are actually increasing speeds. So in that case, you have to see one thing, that if they are increasing, Okay, if they are increasing, but you are asked about uniform rate, which one is increasing by uniform rate, then you can answer that this is increasing by uniform rate. That is where I confuse. You don't have to combine both of them, like slope and the y-axis of them. Okay, only in xt graph you can say that, only in xt graph you can say whether or you can comment on both acceleration and uh, acceleration velocity, because there the slope is velocity, and if it is increasing decreasing you can say what is the sign of acceleration, because they just depend on the increasing wave or decreasing wave. Hope you understand that. Here I also have one more graph where you can see that if you do the hand movement, this is xt graph, so you can identify the slope, and you can also tell whether the speed is increasing, decreasing, or what. So if you see here, this the speed is more becoming more vertical, then it is increasing speed, and if it is becoming more horizontal, which means it is decreasing speed. Hope you understand that. See, in this question you have to see that here, if you see here carefully, then this is like this. Okay, means it is positive slope. First of all, if you sit here you cannot fall down, so it is positive slope, plus it is becoming more horizontal, right? It is becoming more horizontal, which means that speed is decreasing, and if speed is decreasing, then you can see that acceleration is negative, because it is decreasing. So if it is positive, then it has to be negative. And also one more thing that you have to remember here, that if the this is actually a negative slope, so which means v is negative, plus speed is increasing because it is becoming more vertical, and hence speed is increasing. So if it is increasing, acceleration is also positive. And here if you see here, it is velocity is 0 because the slope is 0. And if velocity is 0, slope is 0, one more thing that you have to be careful about is that if velocity is 0, but the distance is also decreasing with time, which means that a particular object is stopped here, but it is the speed, or the it is velocity is 0, but it is going more back. Hence we can say that the acceleration must be in that direction, hence it is negative negative acceleration there also. So the answer would be all of them. Here it has ticked the wrong option, but answer would be for all of these. Okay, so thank you so much for watching.